to drive revenue so we can give the players extra income opportunities. I had to educate the players. They're like, good, 75 million divided by 144, pay us.
But with all of the drama currently surrounding the WNBA, on top of the low-paying salaries, some of these players are questioning if they'll even...
You're still complaining about the max salary being $250,000. You're still complaining about the absence of eyeballs. You're still complaining about the lack of headlines and notoriety and pub and cachet. You're complaining about all of it.
The WNBA is facing a potential crisis unlike any other, with rumors swirling around CaitlinClark's massive $100 million offer to play in Europe and an offer to buy some of the Indiana Fever from the WNBA. In addition to pressure, other WNBA players are feeling jealous, which might lead to a player strike or even a lockout. What would happen if the league was unable to offer Clark-level salaries to WNBA players despite their demands? Today, we're looking at the possibility of a WNBA lockout motivated by animosity, salary disparities, and athletes in Europe demanding greater pay.
Platform now that Caitlin will have coming into the professional ranks, so it's really a great time to be invested.
As we go over every aspect, stay tuned. WNBA players have long pushed for better working conditions and equitable pay.
The biggest issue that players have, we did a player survey and travel. The league was able to kind of take a lot of pressure off of it.
However, the disclosure of a purported $100 million offer from a European club clarified CaitlinClark's surprise offer.
Headline says, we're not asking to get paid what the men get paid. We're asking to get paid the same percentage of revenue share.
Additionally, the WNBA's response to give the Fever a position of ownership.
Want to rush into it because we wanted new owners, like new ownership groups. Anyone who knows sports here knows, like, it's a slog to be.
Zia's added fuel to a fire that was already raging. WNBA players like A.A. Wilson, Angel Reese, and Breanna Stewart have garnered media attention due to their status as prominent league players. Additionally, the fact that they aren't receiving the same financial possibilities is causing growing frustration.
A lot of this noise came by people that were sitting on this network. They tried to minimize her, said, well, you giving her all.
As CaitlinClark helps WNBA ownership decisions in Europe have an emotional as well as a financial impact.
Upsetting. I don't think nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, disrespectful, hateful comments.
For years, WNBA players have been calling for greater pay because they are paid less than their male counterparts and players in other international leagues.
Yo, I'm living beyond my means. It's like, no, my rent is more than that. It's 8,000. I'm living beyond.
Because of Clark's exceptional offers, which are raising the possibility of a lockout or strike in the upcoming season, the disparity is now more apparent than ever.
Angel Reese has spoken out about her WNBA salary, saying it doesn't even cover her rent for a year. This isn't the first time a WNBA player has spoken out about their salary.
It's not just speculation that WNBA players experience jealousy and annoyance. Real players, such as Angel Reese, have openly criticized the league's pay structure and even used Clark's deal as an instance of unfairness.
There's that 4-year period where you need to grow as a person, but then the NIL comes into play.
Oh,
we keep walking right back.
Because Reese only receives a small percentage of what Clark could earn elsewhere. Even after earning major sponsorship deals in the US, several players are calling on the WNBA to pay them at the European level.
As more people watch, more people come to arenas, where more people buy merch, rep the teams. I would say values have gone up at least 10 times, if not more, since I've been here, and I'm only 4 years.
Perhaps creating the framework for a major confrontation. The best paid players in the WNBA get roughly $234,990 annually, making it one of the professional sports leagues with the lowest salary caps. On the other hand, Clark would become the highest paid women's basketball player in the world if she accepted the $100 million deal. Furthermore, given that WNBA team values have risen tenfold in the last 4 years alone, her fortune could grow faster than that of any previous WNBA player if she chooses to keep a portion of the business.
It's hard to tune in and watch WNBA games because of streaming platforms. You know what I'm saying? You got to log in, and my poor mom's trying to subscribe to 3 different channels to get the to get the game. That's my mom, you know? A casual fan's not going to put in that type of effort.
Many WNBA stars have felt mistreated and underappreciated despite being well-known players who increase viewership and merchandise sales. Could a WNBA lockout be imminent? As though it's...
And the Fever are going to be over 200,000 higher than the next highest total attendance in league history.
Clarkomics, my friend.
Players have the power they need, and considering the league's rising popularity in 2024, largely due to Clark's stellar rookie campaign, the prospect seems more dire than ever.
Asking to get paid what the men get paid. We're asking to get paid the same percentage of revenue shared.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Got it. So that's a huge misconception.
That's a huge misconception.
Got it. Okay,
sure. Yeah, because every video is like, oh, this person gets paid this person gets...
Fanatics reports that the WNBA had a 450% increase in retail sales, record attendance, and nearly 50% more TV viewers.
Aren't just bringing in a big boost to television views, they're also having a big impact on local businesses. From bars to restaurants, everybody wants to get out to watch the Hawkeyes hit the hardwood.
The athletes, however, believe that this cash bonanza hasn't resulted in an increase in their earnings. The WNBA Players Association has already warned to take action if players' demands are not met. This goes beyond merely wanting more money. It also has to do with respect and equality. Players have the option to skip training camp, skip games, or even get off the field.
For the league. The league can go back to the bargaining table for the media rights deal when they assess how popular the league is 3 years from now.
The potential lockout poses more than just a risk. Additionally, Clark's alleged proposal, which reflects the financial ramifications and everything WNBA players feel they ought to have access to but do not, serves as a negotiating chip.
Last month. This will be the last time we see that headline, based on the money allocated through the NBA and the fact that they negotiated their TV rights with some streamers. They've got network.
Players are aware that the WNBA needs its stars on the court to maintain its current momentum. The league's growth might be totally destroyed by a strike or lockout, which would leave venues vacant, TV ratings down, and sponsors gone. Consequently, the league has experienced a loss this year.
By blacks anyway, so what would be a bigger stance than us refusing to play during a time where people are dying for some type of entertainment? Unfortunately, the world, business, and specifically billions of dollars just doesn't work that way.
A lockout in the WNBA would have disastrous economic repercussions. Sales of tickets, souvenirs, and TV viewers would all likely drop precipitously as a result. Unsold broadcast slots and missed ad revenue would result in financial losses for revenue networks like ESPN and CBS that have made large investments in WNBA game broadcasts.
You thinks that they don't have to pay us more in order for us to be here. And I think I didn't express that when I first talked about prioritization. You know, our commissioner talked about us being able to, you know, make 700,000. That's not true at all. There's not one player who makes that.
If the league's best players aren't playing, a lockout may lead the WNBA to regress by years as key sponsors like Nike, State Farm, and Aiden might reconsider their investments and possibly back out of long-term deals. The WNBA continues to strive to become a profitable business.
Taurasi played in Russia and did not play in the WNBA, and it was never outright stated that she didn't play in the WNBA because Russia paid Diana Taurasi at that time $1.5 million. WNBA, the salary, like the highest salary in the league, was $107.
Without these financial backers, the WNBA would struggle to stay on its current path, which might lead to layoffs. Players who already get low salaries compared to their foreign colleagues would see large pay reductions during a lockout, which would reduce league exposure and marketing expenditures. In the event of a lockout, many WNBA players may decide to migrate to Europe, where pay is higher and financial incentives are more attractive, like CaitlinClark did.
We want to take those 12.3 million viewers and bring them into the WNBA, make sure they know where to find us, exactly what our games of consequence are, what our tentpole events, whether it's our all-star game or our commissioners.
European leagues, including the Russian Premier League, the Spanish Liga of Women, and the Turkish Women's Basketball Super League, or TKBL, pay noticeably more. Athletes like A.A. Wilson, Angel Ree, Brianna Stewart, and others may consider European contracts in search of better travel conditions and larger financial incentives. Players have been moving to Europe for years as a result of the WNBA stealing its top players. During the WNBA offseason, players like Diana Taurasi, Brittany Gurrier, and Sue Bird have performed overseas. A lockout, however, might make this a full-time switch. Because European teams have the resources and are prepared to offer multi-million-dollar contracts that the WNBA currently cannot match, a huge influx of elite players to Europe might have catastrophic economic ramifications. Rather than being a premier venue for female basketball players, the WNBA may turn into a developmental league. The economic impact would extend beyond the WNBA and its players. Professional sports teams would also help the U.S. economy overall, especially in the summer when the NBA is off-season. Nearby businesses that rely on game day revenue, such as restaurants, lodging facilities, and retail stores, may be impacted by a lockout. However, given that they acknowledge that a $100 million salary for each player is unattainable, what precisely are WNBA players demanding in addition to large pay increases, improved working conditions, and more funding for marketing and promotion?